Welcome back in the lab. Back in the lab. Here we are. So, we have a great assortment today. I typically don't combine more than 3 fruits as far as blending. But we're starting a 7-day fast, well needed. So, it starts this weekend and goes for 7 days. So, with that, we have a combination. We have the amazing Honeyglow pineapples ready to go. We have some organic Granny Smith cleansing. We have a crap load of celery. We also have, and you could thank me for this later. You know, we always have ginger. That's a staple. We have some carrots, organic, as much as you can get them. But here's where I say you could thank me. Fennel. If you've never added fennel to your mix, and that aroma kick that it gives to it, well, basically, you could thank me later. But fennel is an amazing thing to add to your drinks, blends. I am using a cold pressed juicer, and so the question I get a lot is, how long does my juice last? This combo, I mean, there's 2 pineapples, almost a dozen apples, about a dozen of the carrot stems, and fennel and celery with ginger. I literally have to dilute this because, again, essentially the Nama is a cold pressed juicer, so it comes out really concentrated. And what I also do to prolong the life of it, I add a bit of Celtic salt. So I have natural Celtic salt, and I go ahead and I add a couple pinches of it because Celtic salt, if you know, is loaded with nutrients. And so it will help you sustain a more healthier and effective fasting period, if you understand what I mean. So enough of that. Let's get into the blend. And honestly, guys, you don't need to, with a Nama, you don't need to cut your apples. You could literally drop the whole apple in it. I just tend to do it because I believe in preservation, and if you could help the motor, as even though they say it's a powerful motor, if you could help it a little bit to kind of go through these fruits a little easier, then why not? I do the same thing with beets. You could literally drop an entire beet in the juicer, and it will basically liquefy it in front of your eyes. But there's nothing wrong with slice it in half and giving it a little bit of help. Again, see, make sure your apples, you won't notice this, so you won't pay attention, but most of your apples today, they don't have seeds. Wonder what's happening to the seeds in your apples, huh? All right, so here's how we get rid of the stem. And we wash these thoroughly. I literally put a little bit of soap on one of my fruit brushes and brush each of these fruits. Now, you cannot do that with certain veggie or should I say like berries. You can't do that when you're cleaning those. You have to do the more apple cider, with some Epsom salt, not Epsom salt, baking soda. Have to do that, cleanse for that. Okay, but yeah. But for these hard skinned fruits, definitely feel free to go through with a brush, wash them thoroughly, and should be fine. Again, just chunking these. I could literally drop this entire thing in the juicer and it will liquefy it. Okay. Now, I think I overwrite my pineapple, but that's fine because that's where the sweetness is coming from. There's a lot of tart with the apples because they're Granny Smith. They're designed for cleansing. Just lost a piece, but repurpose this guy. But yeah, we use the pineapple for the sweetness, and you do not, when I say you do not need to add any sugar to this juice at all. This will be more than enough as far as sweetness is concerned. So yeah. And if you trust where you get your pineapples, you could literally leave the skin, most of the skin on, not all of it, but sometimes I typically leave most of the skin on it because if you know, you know. There's a lot of nutrients in the skin of all fruits. Majority of fruits, the skin has more nutrients than anything else. So don't be afraid or shy. See, this is cut in a different dimension. Again, the juicer will do what it does best. Now, when you're working with pineapples, if you know, especially when you're wearing gloves, it's a very slippery fruit. So that's how I lost a piece just now. But stay tuned. So here we are. We are done. We are done. So this is a fast. This should last me for 7 days. It's a cleansing fast, and so your juice, this is more than enough juice. A 32-ounce juice, a 32-ounce jar per day is what the fast is really about. So I'll consolidate maybe 2 of these into a 32-ounce mason jar, and that'll be it. But you could also have your water. Well, you could probably have some tea, no sugar, green tea preferably. And that way you keep your antioxidant flowing and your hydration intact. So here we are. Fasting is one of the most efficient and effective way of healing a lot of ailments within your body, especially removing inflammation, which is the cause, if you ask me, of any disease within the body. Let's consume healthy so we can stay healthy. Give thanks.